Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of 1923 Main Street.
Home of the Disney Travel Podcast with the latest Disney travel news. We are your hosts.
I am Mike Braddock.
And I'm Amelia Braddock. And today, a new foodie guide coming to EPCOT this new year and some interesting developments on the reconstruction of Tiana's Bayou adventure.
Yes, how can we not start the new year with a foodie guide? We had a little break over Christmas, but it is time once again to talk about food at Walt Disney World.
Yes, well, we all know once EPCOT finishes a festival, a new one is sure to be on the horizon.
Yeah, I didn't even realize how nonstop it was. So basically, EPCOT now is pretty much the nonstop festival park. And it is kicking off very soon, January 12th through to February 19th, is the EPCOT Festival of the Arts, one of the newer and smaller of the festivals.
Yes, popcorn bucket lovers will be happy to find that yet another popcorn bucket starring Figment will be released, so get ready for those 6-hour lines.
Yes, let's talk about what's coming now. It is the Festival of the Arts, so that includes the culinary arts. So we'll talk about the food, but I do have to say it is easily the smallest of the food offerings of any of the festivals. And not only is it the smallest this year, it is the smallest in terms of what's new. So what we like to do with our foodie guides is publish the whole thing if you want to check it out with all of our top picks on our show notes and blog post at 1923mainstreet.com. But we're going to tell you our top picks to try from what's new this year.
For the most part.
For the most part. What do you mean by for the most part?
Well, there's a little something at France I want to give a special shout out.
Oh, yeah. She's going to give... all right. Amelia will tell you one of her favorites that is not new but worth trying. All right. Let's kick it off at Cuisine Classique. And I'm going to start it with a drink because, hey, like I said, I will say the food, old and new, looks good, which is great. So whether or not they're going to look like this when you're there in person is another story. But their promotional photos, because it is a festival of the arts, look very artsy, and then you can judge how artsy they look in real life. I'm going to kick it off with a nice IPA beer. Like I said, at Cuisine Classique, it's the Gulfstream Brewing Company, Some of All Colors. And I really like this because there's a little play on words. If you're a Disney EPCOT fan from the old days, Some of All Thrills, one of my favorite EPCOT attractions of all time, where you could create and ride. Yes, create and ride your own roller coaster. And there was nothing like it, and I was sad to see it go.
Yes. All right. Next up, at Figment's Inspiration Station at the Odyssey, I have chosen the blueberry-filled pastry tart with purple icing, and this is a part of the wonderful Walk of Colorful Cuisine.
But it's not new. What are you doing?
Oh, I don't know.
You're sneaking in the not new things, but I will give you that because there's not a ton of new ones.
The new stuff, no offense, isn't very good.
And since you named it, this is also where the popcorn bucket is. So 2 per person per transaction.
See, just giving a shout out to my good friend Figment.
I'm not sure I love this popcorn bucket anyway. It's, well, you'll see it. We'll post a picture of it. It's got the Figment with the rainbow, and it's sort of the glass pyramid structures is the popcorn bucket this year.
I don't know that there's anything I would wait, like traditional popcorn bucket lines for.
Yeah, I wouldn't wait for anything.
Last year they were 6-7 hours.
The only one I really loved from the old days that we have that wasn't part of this festival, but was the Cinderella popcorn bucket.
I still could not see you waiting 6 hours for it.
I did not. I got it at Disneyland, even though it was at Disneyland and Disney World. So I did not have to wait because I think they're less line crazy in Disneyland. All right, we're digressing. Now, 2 new items, one from each of us. At the Craftsman Courtyard, why don't you start first?
I have gone for the grilled pork belly with salsa verde, broccoli rabe, pickled peppers, raclette cheese on sourdough.
Ooh, on a grilled sourdough. That actually sounds good. It's sort of a melty sandwich.
I do love all things in grilled cheese and bread.
I mean, grilled pork belly, that's essentially bacon in a way, and also a great smoked dish. And at the
Lucky for me.
This is the place to go if you want a new meat sort of oriented protein sandwich. So I'm also going to go, and I'm surprised you didn't pick this one.
Yes, I would have if not for its lovely little addition.
Okay, tell me after. So this is the grilled marinated skirt steak with caramelized onions and mushrooms, blue cheese fondue, and arugula on a grilled French roll. I mean, you're going to skip this just because it has a blue cheese element?
Yes, it's overpowering.
Okay, why don't you try it and then tell me if it was that bad?
Sure. I remember hiding in a bathroom because of a blue cheese cheesecake.
Yeah, but this is one small element of this sandwich, right? It's a blue cheese fondue. So we'll see.
Blue cheese can never be a small element. That's its downfall.
So for me, these are both great picks. Again, the Craftsman's Courtyard, two sort of proteins. One is pork belly, one is skirt steak. Definitely worth a try. Probably the thing I would try most at this entire festival. I don't have another one until we hit the artist table, which is another drink. It is the Wicked Weed Pineapple Daydream IPA. So I'm not sure if this has weed in it or not, but I'll give that a try over at the artist table. Anything else that you're seeing as top picks for you here?
I'm off until France.
All right, let's jump to the France Pavilion then. The L'Art de Cuisine Française, just located at the France Pavilion in EPCOT. There are a lot of new items here. So let me just say this. If you like smoked salmon, you have multiple choices to try. We do not, so we're not recommending any of them, but I do recommend you go there and try any one of the 3 or 4 items that are all new at France. So France is the place to be if you like smoked salmon and you want new.
Yeah. And if you don't like smoked salmon, never fear. There is a crème de brie en petit pain, which is basically just warm, creamy brie in a bread bowl. Looks delicious. Not new, but I love it. So
and
give
I
it
have
a try.
to say, it must be good because, melty brie and bread, essentially.
Come on.
Who doesn't like that?
This is like the beignet de trois fromage for this festival.
That it is. More dip-oriented. Now, and it's good because it's not super hot right now when this festival's on. So it must be great because there are 5 things there. 4 of them are new, and the only returning item is that one. And if you're there and you want a nice drink, there is a Saint-Germain elderflower liqueur cocktail with sparkling wine, Saint-Germain, and mint. That is a new item. I know that mix without the mint, so I'm curious to try it. It is a can't miss. I'm going to try that at home even. So that is also lots of stuff. Really, for me, if you look at this entire menu for this festival, I think France takes the cake for both food and drink.
I would agree with that.
I think that is my all top pick. So
really?
Yeah. Do you have any more?
Yes, I have 2 dessert picks.
All right, let's go.
I will give you. Now, have I ever been hungry enough at the end of an EPCOT festival to actually eat these? No. But I would still like to recommend from Swirled Showcase the Strawberry Fanta Float, which has cupcake soft serve as well as strawberry Fanta. It's new. Sounds pretty good.
That does sound interesting and new.
It could work, especially if you have sugar-loving children. As well as from funnel cake, there is a crazy chocolate funnel cake sandwich.
That's what it's called, by the way. That is not Amelia's description of it.
Yeah, not super sandwichy. I guess, technically it is, but
actually, yeah, that's a good point. They call it a sandwich, but this is not something, your kids might eat this with their hands, but you probably will want a fork.
It's like a funnel cake bottom, ice cream in the middle, funnel cake again on top, and then swirled strawberry sauce, powdered sugar, sprinkles, and rainbow whipped cream on top.
Photo worthy, not eat worthy for me, but I'll watch you try
delicious,
to give it a try.
But maybe you want to share this with your kids.
So there you have it. Those are our top picks. Again, check out the whole menu, but really not the largest food thing as far as festivals go, but there is some new stuff, and they do take more time and effort because it's an arts festival to make them artistic, photo-worthy items.
They look great.
They look great in their promo photos here. We'll see what actually comes out of these kitchens.
Plating-wise, Gordon Ramsay would give these promo photos a great rating.
Now, let's jump over to Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And, I'm a little bit hard on things in case you haven't noticed. Looking forward to the attraction. We discussed whether or not we liked this sort of graffiti that was not on the walls that are blocking the attraction, I wanted to clarify, but actually inside the attraction. So that I don't think they're going away unless they decide, let's switch it up, which is not usually what they do. But they have done one thing that I think is great, and it's what I miss most from these current group of Imagineers, which is this sort of eye for detail.
Yeah.
And sort of the true magic. And this just went up, and it's worth talking about, giving a shout out to the person who was behind it.
So part of this magic is the Disney level of detail that is finally going back into their development of rides and attractions. And so Tiana's Bayou Adventure has a forthcoming ride that features custom handcrafted weather vane by Louisiana's master blacksmith, Daryl Reeves.
Yeah, this is cool. I mean, we know Disney loves weather vanes. I wrote a whole blog post on this once. If you really look up, you'll see weather vanes everywhere. So for this one, in the spirit of New Orleans, or Nolans, I guess if you're from there, where people can pretty much see the metalwork of this Daryl Reeves, who's a master craftsman, all over the city. So Disney hired him. He's a third-generation master blacksmith and a Vietnam vet, and he's been living in the heat, creating this stuff. His whole bio says if it's metal you can melt, he can create anything from it. So they hired him to create a very special edition to cap off the ride.
I love that they've done this. It just went up recently, and it's kind of the next phase of their carousel of progress toward opening day later or on this year, hopefully.
Nice little touch.
Yes. So with over 50 years of service to his craft and New Orleans, I would say it's really nice to see that Disney has incorporated this into their ride and asked Daryl to do this for something that makes it unique and authentic.
Yeah, they haven't done this enough, in my opinion. It's really what was their trademark versus other parks like Universal, which are nice, but don't take that level of detail. When you think about Animal Kingdom, the park and the hotel, they spent so much time in Africa looking at the details, trying to make things super accurate in the park. So
it feels like they're returning to their roots in a way, which I'm a fan of.
So they really went to New Orleans and they found this person who's a master craftsman locally, and they hired him, and it's a cool sort of spire-like weather vane that'll be hard to miss. We just missed it on the trip a couple of weeks ago, but it just went up now, so we'll check it out on our very soon trip. And I just wanted to give a shout out. Love that they're doing it. Wish they would do more of it, but a really nice authentic addition to Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Makes me more excited for the ride.
Yeah, it's coming our way soon. So there you have it. Short and sweet. That's the news for this week coming out of Walt Disney World. Also, I mean, if you're I'll give a shout out to Disney for this. Doesn't apply to us because we are annual pass holders, as you know, which we don't like what they're doing with us right now. But that aside, if you're not, and you're a Disney Plus subscriber, and you're booking a vacation, and you're going to be paying for tickets, well, you're going to get a free Disney dining plan. So, yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's
right?
a good deal.
Yeah, I think it's a 4-day ticket.
Disney does not do that. That's a good
They don't do it that often. So if you're already paying for Disney Plus and you're already paying for park ticket, your whole thing, they're going to give you a little bonus, which is nice. They're rewarding your loyalty across multiple platforms by giving a little free dining plan to you. So there you have it. Check that out if you're a Disney Plus subscriber and you're booking a vacation. Look for the details. I'm sure it's all over everywhere online. So just want to give as much as we critique them, I do like to reward or give them a good nod for things they are doing right. All right, there you have it. Thank you again. We'll see you again next week with the next week's latest Disney travel news. Have a magical day, everyone.
Bye-bye.